Mike the Ref Maloney, Big Bad Boris on the call here tonight.
Let's go!
Third! Super Kick Party! Yeah, pay the money for that. No one. And of course, you're going to get the hopping spin. Hey, yo, and away we go. Happy Saturday night to one and all. Welcome to the AEW Collision Sidecast. Once again, Matt Riddle free for another 4 days. Hello, everybody. Welcome to see you. Good to see you again. Mike the Ref here. It is September 13th, 2025. My God, I just thought about this 2 weeks from yesterday. I'll be 47. God, I'm old. You know what? As much as me being, getting ready for the seniors home could be part of drama here, I think we got our own little bit of drama going on today as well. As I guess you would call it overall wrestling news right now. If not, it's not specifically AEW news, but it could be AEW news. It potentially could be AEW. Andrade El Idolo has been removed from WWE. We don't think it's a release. We don't think it's not a voluntary leaving. Something happened, and he's out. And I could just imagine all the scuttlebutt going on about that now. Where do I see him going? Who knows? I don't know how bad the situation was with TK and everything about AEW. That could have been more a fan thing than a TK thing. And if it is, well, looks like we might have a potential of him coming back. Honestly, I think he might just end up at CMLL. And then he can come up and work AEW on and off basis. Hey, DLW. Heard it was released. I heard a few things. I've heard it, like the last report I got, it was a release, but it wasn't a regular release, as they were saying. Let me see if it comes up here. Isolate, not connected to any additional cuts. So basically, he didn't like what he was seeing. He was probably promised X, didn't get X, asked for a release. Which, I'll blame the guy. If somebody comes over and says, hey, come on over. We'll give you this, this, and this. So you do come over, then you don't get this, this, and this. It's like, yeah, we're gone. But I think he might put himself in a dilly of a pickle here with it. He's too good of a talent not to get work. That's the thing that sucks. A lot of people with bad attitudes get work. And I'm not saying Andrade did have one. Honestly, for everybody that's saying, oh, well, he left because of this, and he left for WWE because of that, or whatever, we don't know the truth. So my best opinion for everybody is just to stick around and see what happens. Stick around and see what happens. Because it literally could be... It could be that he shows up at All Out for all we know. Let's just put it that way. He could have a 90-day. He could have a 0-day. Who knows at this point? We don't know all the facts. And I highly doubt that anybody's going to give them to us. So, well, yeah, tonight is AEW's final night in Philly. So I do have to ask you, chat. Like, we still have one show to go, so we still have to think about it a little bit here. But showing up at All Out would be wild. I'd love it. As long as they can fit into a right part. That's the thing. And the only thing that stems up from that for me, and it could be just hearsay, on MJF put a post out saying he would meet up for margaritas with him after beating up Mascara Dorada in CMLL tonight, which sort of gives you the indication. And yes, this is a tape show tonight. This isn't a live broadcast, so we could be running closer to on the hour. They typically do this on the last week before a pay per view. That way they can get everything moved out, everything moving close to the date. It's more so on a Sunday show than a Saturday show, but the fact they're moving up to Toronto and they want to make sure they don't have any other headaches there. For those that aren't familiar, they are going to London, Ontario on Wednesday, which is, I think, if my memory serves me right, it's like an hour out from Toronto. But Toronto's so big, it could be 400 kilometers away and be 12 hours away. So, or in that case, 200 miles for us American folks here. But, yeah, it could get a little crazy on how things work out. But I am liking the fact that they are finally finishing up here in Philly. Last week they tried to bring it as best they can, but when the fans are starting to carry the episode a little bit more than the wrestlers. Riccaboni has to interview MJF. So what they're doing now, they're moving Tony into an interview spot on Dynamite while Riccaboni is doing the interview spot for Collision. Things are starting to settle out a little bit here, and I love it. I really wonder if he's keeping his title tonight. I totally wonder if by the way, shout out to Dirty Dom winning the AAA Mega title last night. And for those that are wondering, the Mega title is not the top title in AAA. It's just the one they advertise as biggest. Hey, Mr. Zodiac, how you doing tonight? It's been a crazy day, as always, and this has been a crazy week and some crazy news coming down earlier. As I was talking with DLW before we started here. The Andrade release from WWE. Living in a world that's burning like the rest of us. Best way to put it, my friend. So I wonder what the stipulation's going to be for this match. It very well could be. It really could be anything. I do expect the contract to be on the line. Very intrigued by the 10 women tag and the Briscoe stip. Yeah, it's going to be fun. Andrade leaving doesn't feel like a shock, but it shows he needs to reinvent himself. Yeah, it also means that, as far as I'm concerned, it almost feels like the grass isn't always greener on the other side. This one still feels more of a release because he didn't want to be there card rather than a release because creative has nothing for him card. The J Quick, you're still voting for the electrified chicken coop match? That would be amazing and scary and horrific all at the same time. I love how there's two sets of fans in the crowd. The one's booing him and the one's telling him he's number one. Oh, God. He brought up caller. He brought up caller. He used the word caller. Folks, he used the word caller. Andrade, as it currently exists, as a charisma vacuum. Wouldn't mind seeing him teaming up with Roosh again. Who's still, yeah. The only problem I have with that is the fact he just signed up with Guevara for the tag titles. They're the Roosh and Sammy are the current ROH Tag Team Champions. Are we doing a tables match? Tables and thumbtacks? All right, well, it's different. Well, there you go. Again, another trick that Briscoe pulled on, or MJF pulled on Briscoe before. So turnaround's fair play, right? So tables and thumbtacks. Could you imagine a J driller on tacks? Hey, Vic, how you doing tonight? Reach for the sky, boy.
You left your house and walked into mine.
Dodger Baseball just sliding in here with another Tier 1 sub. Players Elite Club card punch for a 14th month in a row. How you doing, Dodger Baseball? Hope you're doing well. Hope your Dodgers are doing better than every other division right now. Well, you guys are in a fight with San Diego right now for first. But no, it's been a hell of a wild ride here. Thank you once again, Dodger. Appreciate the sub. Appreciate all of you being here tonight. I'm gonna appreciate those extra 5 subs for you, Vic. On we'll probably have to do it on Wednesday, maybe. I don't know, whatever. For those that don't know, yesterday on stream, Vic made a bet with me. It directly affects our Okay. Played some Diamond Quest. Nice. I love when the former AEW champion's going to get beaten up just cuz. Oh, they're doing the tag as the main. Okay, so I got a feel we're going to get Okada and Michael Oku as the opening match here. Been doing good. Checked out the new season here. You got the big unit? Oh, they're doing Takeshita Bowens right away. Okay. I really want to see Takeshita and Okada going at it. I assume it's going to be Mortos on the other end, but could be Mascara Dorada. But yeah, no. What you missed so far? We've officially been announced to the stipulation to the MJF Briscoe match. It is a TNT championship, or it's a TNT match. Tables and thumbtacks. Okay. It's different. I will give them credit for that. We're going to have to see how this goes. If they glue some gonna hit some weekend classic. Yeah, last night I played a little bit of Conquest, just trying to catch up a little bit. I'm at the point right now, Dodger, to be honest, where I just got to get Otani and I might be tapping out because everything at 9-9s is just almost impossible for me to get anything going in the positive direction here when it comes to in terms of finishing up that game and getting all the other stuff put in. And just try to, if you try to go online with all 99s, it just, I get swept under the rug a little too easily. But this will be interesting to see what Bowens does by himself. And the fact that he is starting to slowly turn heel here right now. The tables and thumbstack stipulation to me is just meh. No entrance gear, yeah. Honestly, it looked stupid to begin with, so I don't feel bad about that. Like, honestly, I know it's supposed to say 5-tool player, but it looked like for me it was STP on the front. So what, you remember Stone Temple Pilots? And I love the crowd's getting into it a little bit here with the Let's Go Max. We want Max chance. I wonder if Okada finds a way to sneak out here and interfere, but there's no interference allowed in these matches, so. You know, Callis has got to find a better name than Phenomenal because, there's some talk about some Phenomenal lately, and could you imagine having AJ come over? I don't think he will. I think once he's done, he's done. Wrestling is not much of a be all end all compared to what everybody else here, but so what do you guys think of all the news this week? Like, there's been a lot of crazy stuff going down. And a lot of people have been talking about the Philly stuff here. Gonna say my buddy get the new Raw guy. Oh, you're going to get the new ROG Xbox handheld. Honestly, I don't know if I will because I don't. Everywhere I move, I travel, I drive. So I'm not worried about a whole lot. And when I'm at home, I got the. I got everything else hooked up, right? So catching up on Worlds Collide. I'll be honest, I forgot it was on. I watched about the second half of it last night. I had Wheezy Blonde on my Sidecast. That's actually how I remembered I actually had it here. Had it up on Twitch when I was hanging out. And unfortunately, because this is a tape show, I don't get any picture-in-picture tonight. Neither does anybody else in Canada. Worlds Collide was so... Yeah, like, I watched the second half of it. It was good. Like, put your brain away and just let the stuff go. And it was just fun. Do I think... My thoughts on Dominic being the champ... Honestly, anybody be better than Vikingo at this point, the way they Roman Reigns them to that title. Getting NWA Power Vibes for the last two PLEs. Hey, that's not bad as long as we don't get any tables with people running cocaine lines off of them. Allegedly. But no, as things were going through, I really wasn't impressed with the Natty Fabi Apache match last night. Like, both ladies could go, and both ladies do it. Just that weird finish that they had with the multiple roll-ups. And it almost looked like Fabi was just a little off time on what she wanted to do. So the King goes to Mexican Omega. They just got tired of him in Mexico. I think more so it was Roman Reigns. Del Rio was a national hero to those guys, and Vikingo unfortunately became the person that was going to take the title off somebody that WWE didn't want as champion at that point. Like, essentially, no matter what we do, what we think, whatever happens, WWE owns AAA. While Conan has the proverbial book, you have Triple H, you have all those higher ups in TKO. They get final say on any kind of booking that goes on, right? Like, they're ultimately going to have to handle it. So, as far as I'm concerned, it sucked that it was ended up being a bad position. It's going to be great for Dom to have that title, especially if he stays in Mexico and works a little bit there. It's going to do a little bit for brand recognition because Lord knows WWE needs a little bit more brand recognition. So you think Triple H is still going? It's a slippery slope on that kind of question. Do I think that Triple H is telling him exactly what to book? No. Do I think that Triple H is lining up some standard practices? Like some certain things that he doesn't want in his promotion or anything that go nuts? Yes. I don't think Triple H, honestly, like, it's funny because Triple H was doing an interview, and I just saw a clip that showed up on X, and he was talking about that work-life balance. There's no such thing according to him. Where you're at, you do 100% of what you can. But let's face it, he is not going to be able to do 100% of booking if he's doing, like, if Conan don't listen, he'll go one-on-one with The Undertaker. Okay, Teddy Long. We gonna call you J-Long for soon here? But yeah, just I just think there are certain levels that WWE forces for their stuff to go through, and I almost guarantee that having Del Rio as champion, at least on the American or on the Canadian part of the show, American, Canadian, North American, whatever, I think that's going to be part of it. So do you think they're actually going to pull the trigger and get put Takeshita in this match, or are they going to get Bowens? I think it might be odd. I just don't want to see... I want to see him go one-on-one. I want to see Takeshita and Okada go one-on-one. And the way things are going here, it might end up being a triple threat, so... Of course, I think Shivani's got a little bit extra energy. The fact that he's getting to work like a little separate spot here. He just sticks to comment. Oh, God. Cal's got to remember, if he gets involved, he gets suspended. Molly Wop into a blue thunder bomb, into a knee. Yeah, we're going to say goodnight here. Shivani's best role is play-by-play? Yes and no. And this actually curls back to the comments we've been having about trips. Takeshita gets the victory here. It's going to be interesting to see. We're going to have Okada, Takeshita, and one. This could be a way to get Takeshita that unified championship without having Okada pinned. But Shivani, if he doesn't have to do too much besides play-by-play, I think he's really good. And the fact that he is getting one show specifically for himself. Face a beast that growls but does not bite. I think he bites pretty good. Well, I guess he probably nibbles too, but you can ask Mercedes about that. So yeah, special note for upcoming here. They just mentioned it about the Wednesday match. Wednesday will be a 3-hour Dynamite. They're technically putting Collision right back to back with Dynamite next Wednesday. Tradition they do in Canada. The other... so for us on our channel, I'm actually going to give you guys a special treat. After September to Remember, we're going to get to take a look at the Retromania Wrestling game that... it's been out for a couple years now, but they just released their brand new DLC today. It is Demolition. Demolition, Randy Savage, the Rock and Roll Express, and Magnum TA. So they've released 6 new characters to that game, so we're going to give it through its paces here. I don't think it would be fair to any of our guys on the East Coast to expect them to stay up till 1 in the morning to play my GM. So rather than doing that, we could do a little hour of just running through, checking out the new characters. I can show you guys some of the modes that are involved in it. There is a Royal Rumble type, and it is truly feels like the retro arcade game WrestleFest. There you go. Now I can speak quickly. Jesus. But yeah, we're going to have a jam-packed week of shows this week. Hey, Mr. McGee. How you doing? Good to see you here tonight as well. So how do you win it? I believe, Jay Quick, it's just a straight no DQ match. They're just presenting it as emphasized with tacks and tables. At least that's the way Briscoe sounded, but sometimes you got to take them with like 3 pounds of methamphetamines before you listen to a Mark Briscoe promo sometimes. But from what I gather, it's just going to be a no DQ match. It's going to feature tables and thumbtacks, which sort of seems very apropos for something that AEW would do. Put a fancy name on a regular match. But no, McGee, how you guys doing? How's everybody doing today? Like, I know some people have been talking about this tire fire of a world we've been in. Some people have been talking about the crazy stuff that's gone on this week in wrestling. Like, we haven't even touched the biggest point of the week. I try not to understand Briscoe without a thesaurus. You gotta grow your brain, my friend. And in terms of the biggest news on WWE this week, and I guess we could get into the topic right now, and just as we got a little bit of a break here, as the women are about to come out for the 10-woman tag. For me, the biggest question is, what do they do with the indie showcase that surrounds WrestleMania that year in 2027? My theory would be, and it all depends on what TK wants. It's official, done with WWE complete. That's fair. I haven't changed because the Leopard really hasn't changed his spots a whole lot. It's something that I will watch if I'm available, but I'm not going to go out of my way to watch full shows or anything like that. Like last night, I was watching the Blue Jays and the Orioles instead. Flipping between that and the football game. And for me, it's that indie showcase that goes around. Yes, go Jays go after today. As we get the promo trying to convince us that Rio's going to win this match against Mercedes. Yeah, we all know what's going to happen there. And I'll eat my words if they put the title on Rio. I'd be surprised as all hell if that's the case, but no, for me, like talking about that indie showcase that they have, like all the promotions that come in to work around the week of WrestleMania, what I would recommend, if Tony Khan's insisted on putting All In at Wembley again in 2027, I would recommend one of his other shows, maybe Double or Nothing. Get a little bigger venue. Start talking to some of these indie promoters and maybe try to set that up as a week of entertainment for everyone. Because they got a year. They got a year to figure this out. Because next year they're back in Vegas again and everybody's pissed off because they still have their deposits for New Orleans. I'd like to, I don't want to see TK throw a show at the same time. That's just, it's dumb when WWE does it. It's just as dumb if AEW does it. I'm not going to pull my punches on that. This is not one of those turn the tide, a bully punching someone in the mouth kind of thing. Oh, sorry. I gotta get these going here. On behalf of Zodiac, I'll just throw about 7 or 8 of those. There we go. I think we got them all. Mother-daughter tag team, Megan Babe, Penelope Ford. Who's the mother? Who's the daughter? Always Boehner time. Absolutely. This 10-woman tag has to be built to block. They gotta hurry up and figure this out. Like, to me, it's absolute. Like, anything about jumping the shark here a little bit? Like, I think we should get into Tony Khan's gonna run out of money if he keeps doing these gimmick matches, by the way. So between this week alone, he's given away $1 million. I don't see TK right. That's fair. I'm being facetious here, of course, DLW. I love that Harley just gets no soul by everybody there. JB getting that last woman pop. But yeah, this has got to set up for Blood and Guts. I don't think they announced it tonight. As Tony's bopping to the music. Would you have it be these 10 in Blood and Guts, or would you put I honestly let it settle down here a little bit. Let it sit down a little bit. I got a feeling we got some movement happening here in the next few days. Wheeler, you're not allowed out there. It's everyone banned from ringside, you dumbass. I wonder if the audio syncing's off a little bit. Seems like Statlander yelling just didn't line up properly there. All right. So you were asking Jake, and chat, please chime in here. Do you want to see the same teams in Blood and Guts, or do you want somebody different? Myself personally, I think Statlander does change. Didn't Megan Babe fight shots? Absolutely. This is a taped episode. We talked about that off the start of the show. This was recorded on Thursday. Willow needs to be a blood. That's where I'm thinking. You take Statlander out of the mix. You add her. You just keep her right out of there. And you add Willow. Because I think eventually it is going to be Willow and Harley as a team for a little while. Oh my God. Tony Storm with the lie of the night so far. Harley Cameron is just Jim Henson with tits. Okay. Now, I think there's going to be some version here. It just, I think a lot of stuff happens on next Saturday in this situation. I do think we might get Statlander to swap finally. You could almost have Statlander win the title off Tony Storm thanks to interference from Marina and Wheeler. I love how the crowd counted to 10 and all the girls are like, no, you wait. But no, if you're going to put 10 women in the match, I think these 10 would absolutely be great at it. By the way, once again, shout out to Sky Blue for her performance last Wednesday in that street fight with Tony. Like, Sky is the queen of the street fights. Like, every time she's in one, it ends up being, like, one of the ultimate matches. Is it just me, or is that blue on Ty, like, fluorescent? Ha! Tony Storm cutting it to break, as she should be. She should have some pre-recorded vignettes for that. It's only because Hannah J hasn't been in one for a while. She can rock a street fight. That's fair. And having both of them in the match, I think that would be absolutely amazing. And I wonder what we're going to get. I wonder how things are going to work out. Like, just see how we're due for another. Could it be a Halloween Nightmare video, DLW? Because it is getting to that spooky season right now. We do have to get through Wrestle Dream first, though, before we get to Halloween, so. As AEW starting to slide into that one-a-month pay-per-view cycle again for the remainder 4 months of the year now. Well, July, August, September, October, November, December. Yeah, so they're doing one for the last 6 months of the year here. But I have to say, like, next Saturday is going to be something special. Just CNC versus FTR is just going to be absolutely amazing. And I wonder, like, where do you put that on the card? Because anything that goes after that is going to have a tough time with it. That almost might be semi-main. I had a hunch it was going to be main event, but you never know. And Michael, thank you for the compliment. Appreciate you popping in here once again. As we're getting into the 40-minute mark right now of Collision here, and it's turned out to be a fun show so far. This next week of wrestling is going to be very, very interesting to see how things go all the way across. Like, not just, well, actually, let's go the next 2 weeks overall. Because, well, starting with last night with Worlds Collide, you have a new AAA champion. AEW, WWE, of course, are pulling their stuff next week. next Saturday is going to be an absolute gong show. For the record, I will just be sidecasting all out. I don't think I'll have the energy to go 13 hours straight, just commentary. If we had a bunch of games involved there where they could take over for a few minutes, I might consider it, but we might even do that the week of the 27th. Do that on the 27th, possibly. But no, on top of All Out week, WrestlePalooza, then the next weekend after, got work followed by a pool tournament. Hey, nice. Unfortunately, you're probably going to have to watch the pay-per-view after, I guess, is more than likely what you'll probably end up having to do there. But then you go on the 26th, you got Victory Road. Tony's a bit of a creeper. Yeah. When was your first clue on that, Zodiac? My God, Penelope with that crucifix bomb. If a dude said what she did, he'd be in prison. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And with the women, it's just cute, right? That double standard. Tits and shit flying everywhere, yep. And that's one of the things I'm worried about when it comes to Tony's gimmick. Like, is it going to run out anytime soon? Yeah, like, it's a lot of diminishing returns, Zodiac. It's been happening a lot. You'd start all out with the four-way? I maybe started with Mercedes and Rio. If you're looking to make a title change, I wouldn't start out with it. Start CNC versus FTR. Well, that came out of nowhere. That spear is becoming lethal. Not Jay Lethal, but lethal. And here comes Mina. The fuck? Mina's with a cooler. Amanada's coming out with cooking utensil. What? Did they just come off a barbecue? Oh, they're talking about the tailgate. Oh, there you go. There's some public programming. Another 8-woman tag. The hell? And Storm's just like, fuck it, let's go. And an 8-woman tornado tag on the tailgate brawl. So once again, we will be live next Saturday starting 5 minutes to noon. Local time here, 5 minutes to 2. Oh, that move sucks so bad. The double cross body there in the middle. Like, I don't know if Tekla wants them to be in the ring for this, but And Tony's doing the Mortal Kombat fatality pose. She can fake it real well, apparently. Just don't tell Juice Robinson that. It's either going to be amazing or an absolute cluster, that main event. Or that women's title match, sorry. As we hit our commercial break once again here. Why the Mets suck so much? Well, I'll get back to that in a second. Juice can fake it too, double fake. I'll give you one of those. But why do the Mets suck so much? Where could I go from this? Too many players getting overpaid, not hitting their potential. If you're a Mets fan over a Yankees fan, I do commend you, Vic. Yeah, because of the Mets. Yeah, like at least a Mets fan can take solace in different players are just having bad seasons at different times and it just won't add up. If you're a Yankees fan, you got to rely on hitting 4 home runs a game in order to win. Because that defense is about as bad as... I'm just trying to think of the proper analogy here. It's about as... The defense is about as good as Max Caster trying to win a 5-minute challenge. Just take solace in the fact that, eventually these guys are going to suck at the same time and be great at the same time. You just got to make sure that time is extra lengthy. You could be like the Blue Jays, though, and, down 2 is like nothing. But people, well, Vic wants the Mets to win. Oh, you're talking about the Yankees. Yeah, nobody wants to see the Yankees win. Ugh. Maybe Michael Caine, that's about it. Nobody actually wants the Mets to win. Meh. Vic does. So you can't say no one. And they were the darlings of the NL last year, the playoffs, because of the way they handled coming back in that amazing game with the Braves, where I think there was like 4 lead changes in the last 4 innings. Then they made it to like what, game 7 against the Phillies, and I just want the Red Sox to win, but the Mets are my kids' team. Fair enough. And personally, I want the Red Sox to win tomorrow, big time. They were showing signs today, but I need them to win at least one of these games. Because the more they win, the more they pull the Yankees back towards each other, the more the Blue Jays are going to get advanced here. They didn't even give him his full promo. They just... He don't get much time today. Yeah, hopefully at least one, yeah. Max, this is going to be rough. This is going to be rough right here. Because you know what this is here for, right? You all know why Big Bill's out here, right? There's 2 reasons. 1, we got a murder to deal with. Number 2, if you guys check out Eddie Kingston, actually DLW, there is one gentleman who did not, Max survived 5 minutes with him. And that was Roosh. Roosh actually went the whole timing, right? This might be the end of the Max Caster Open Challenge, maybe. Yes, it was actually from Instagram, sir. From Mr. Eddie Kingston, Eddie 1. TK, let me know about the money. The money's good. Tell me where to show my ass up. In relation to a call out from Mr. Big Bill. Wow. Eddie Kingston, Big Bill, and all out there, yeah. Hey, Eddie, there's a show in Toronto. Yeah, there it is, right on the screen. So got the phone call and the money's right. Contract signed on my end. So Big Bill, you dumb goofy bastard, just said location. I like the fact they're actually booking matches through social media now. They're starting to use some of the social media clips. First match ever made on Threads? Probably. My God, Big Bill, Big Eddie. Big Eddie might actually bring the gasoline can back. That's probably how pissed he is to deal with Big Bill. I could see him actually bringing a physical gasoline can to the match. Just leave it there for when Darby needs it later for the coffin match. Well, this crowd knows what's up. Oh, man. Wow. No, they didn't. They're like, yes, please call him out. We want to see his ass. Just because he almost killed a person on screen. Listen to this crowd. They know what's up. Because you look jacked, yeah? Are they going to do a tag? Could you imagine? They do Kingston and you're sick of looking like you do. Let yourself go then? Yeah, baby. This whole crowd's booing because they want it here now. You know what I want? I want this match to open. This is what I want opening the show. Literally, you get the pay-per-view opening as always, and then you just get Big Bill grab with a mic coming down to the ring. No. Let me talk right now. There is no way this guy's showing up. We all know it. Let's just get this over and done with right now. Eddie Kingston music hit once. Nothing. Hit it again. Bam, here he comes, and it's going to go nuts. So are these two going to fight forever? Well, you can see who the face and the heel is now. I think heel turn complete at this point. Some people were cheering for Big Bill during that last segment. They are doing that now. Jerry Lynn becomes his manager. Jerry Lynn getting into a ring in the ECW arena. Ooh. Are they going to try and put the Acclaim back together? Wow. Hey, Nats, how you doing? Of course it's going to be Blake Christian. It's the swirl. So apparently Renee Paquette came up with the name, the swirl. Funny, half the crowd's cheering for this because they want to see it happen. Jerry fired up. Oh my God. Max Caster and Jerry Lynn? Bones, walk out. Walk out. Oh God, we're getting a acclaimed. Let's just see Jerry hit a pile driver. Christian's down. Jerry freaking Lynn and the Acclaim work together for 2 seconds. No, they don't want any part of this. Tiger drop negates all damage. Look at that quick sign in the crowd there. Oh, it was last night. Okay, never mind. Oh my God. Oh my God. I forgot. I forgot. At CMLL, he has a personal concierge that looks like Abe Lincoln. Winnipeg? MJF said Winnipeg, right? John Schuyler with the Schuyler, just shut up. You know what? This is pretty cool. The only thing that sucks about it is the fact that. Or are they doing it next Friday? That confuses me because I thought they had it. I'd have to look it up. I thought that was last night. I actually thought it was tonight, to be honest with you. But my God, I am so looking forward to this tag match. What other match do you guys want to see on the All In card? Or All Out card, sorry. Because I really think we are going to get maybe 2 more. I think we got 7 lined up right now. That girl in the front row with the I Love Heels signs just does, she sort of looks like somebody who locks up heels in her basement. And I'm not referring to shoes. So they're coming out to Billington's music this time? Just rewound my PVR. MJF did say Winnipeg. Yeah, he did. That's why you need Jericho to immediately come out and say, hey, it's in Toronto, jackass. Sort of call back to his I'm from Winnipeg, you jackass. Oh my God, Priest and Billington have same gear now? Oh, this could be a lot of fun here. Like, if you don't remember, I believe it was Billington who gave, or Dax gave Billington his debut in Vancouver. Just over. All right, I'll shut up now. So we're not getting a TLC match, but we are getting a ladder match. So what 4 teams are getting into this? We only got a week, guys. The only thing I can say is we're going to have a lot of tag matches on Wednesday. Billington doing the work here. Acclaimed, Christian John. Acclaimed, the Swirl, and the Young Bucks? Maybe. I think the Young Bucks definitely should be one of the teams involved. The Swirl, I don't. Like, the Swirl and Acclaim, fine, but I'd like to see a little bit more brewing on the Acclaim thing rather than just throwing them in right away. But it is AEW's thing to do things rather quickly compared to what you think they should. Either they're going to do it too quickly or they're going to take forever. AKA drawing out this women's blood and guts match. Yeah, we just hit an hour top flight. I wouldn't feel bad about that. Haven't seen him in forever, but here's another one for you. And this comes down to another piece of news that dropped this week. It is now official that the GYV have been removed essentially from the ROH roster page and actually put on the AEW roster page. Could the GYV be one of those teams? The Grizzly Young Veterans, if you're wondering where the GYV is. Priest looks like Gibson. And if you're looking for who's this Gibson that we're talking about, remember J&J Security. Jamie Noble, there we go. Spit out of my face a little bit there. Yeah, it is a spitting image. Just give him a hillbilly haircut and an accent, and you're gonna go perfect. Damn. I've always wondered why you want to do a back suplex from the top, because both sides are going to get hurt just as much there. Once again, everybody, as we're in the commercial break here, thank you for being here. Always appreciate you. Speaking of commercial breaks, Twitch is going to start rolling their ads here in about 3 minutes' time. Just a heads up for you. We will have a little counter on the bottom corner as it's coming up, just down there by my logo. Or by the brand's logo, better way. Thank you to Nutty for creating that. So, but yeah, just as I say, oh, we're gonna get 2 or 3 more matches, they put a 4-way ladder match in there, and it's like, all right, well, it just blew their wad for the show. By the way, folks, if anybody is interested in coming in and saying hi, getting your voice or your face on camera, I will have the open door available next Saturday. If anybody wants to come in, feel free. We can chat wrestling and enjoy a great pay-per-view. That reminds me, I got to book mine. I think Amazon, you have to wait exactly 7 days before you can order a pay-per-view. So, should be up on Prime, available today. So, for those that have asked, in terms of internationally, first of all, before any of that, you people in America, and I'm not saying it derogatory for once, damn it. For all of my American friends, you're going to have to let me know what the picture quality and everything's like for the and the experience for the Max show next Saturday. I'm going to be... What do you mean, exactly. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. For you Americans there. Yeah, just let me know what... you're going to have to let me know what the experience, the picture quality, and whatnot is. For those that have asked internationally, ppv.com is usually your cheapest rate of getting it. They're usually about $5 to $6 cheaper, but I find the resolution is a lot poorer. If I'm going to get a pay-per-view and I'm going to pay $50, I might as well pay $55 and watch something I can actually, enjoy. So typically I'll get it on Amazon. YouTube is approximately $15 more, and well, I don't have ads either way, whether it be through Amazon or YouTube, so I don't have to worry about it. So as we come back from commercial break, nice German, trap the leg in the ropes and send it over. I want to see Priest. You mean this official is that dumb? Now we'll just throw some ribs in there. So Billington's getting the hot tag. I love it. Dak's trying to get into it, and Cash learned how to do a good kick. I think this might be one of the first matches in a while where I've actually seen Cash actually get some positive offense in. You know it's bad when you can't even do a bad chant against the team. You got to do it against the manager. Oh, Stokely gets nose. Shout out to Tully Blanchard right there with the slingshot suplex. The original manager of FTR and AEW. If you guys don't remember, when FTR made their debut, Tully was there a few weeks in. Because they were actually going to try to get in with Cody so that they can have Tully and Arn work together. Billington not looking to get in after the spit shot. Okay, that shows a little maturity. I thought Dax was going to try and get a cheap shot in. Backdrop driver and a beauty. Oh, and there's your mistake. Because Priest is over in the corner now. Oh, they edited it right out. Yeah, this match is edited. They tried to make it not look obvious, but yeah. They missed a complete spot right there. Straight out of Gibson's playbook. Well, that's how you break a cover up real quick, or break a submission real quick. No, everybody wants to see this in disqualification. Ha! Dax right back into the post. Billington's offense is a little different, which I guess isn't the worst thing in the world, but Cash with the bad leg, dragon screw leg whip. My God, that snap suplex. No, don't use the headbutt. Don't use the headbutt. Please don't. Oh, never mind. Not gonna matter. I think Dax's head is turning it. Dax's head was turning into what his chest is going to look like later. Right into Billington's knee. Oh my God. What in the world was that? Triple jump tornado DDT? My God, that looked awesome. You see the ref grab the hand? Yeah. You blame him? Hardest part of the. Hate that phrase. Double count out for both of them. What the hell? Why not? Let's go. Double headbutt. And Cash makes a save. This is going to be a team. This feels like a crowd that's been through an hour of awesome Ring of Honor first. That's gonna hurt for a while. Oh, here we go. Sorry, force of habit. When you're from Edmonton, that's what you get, right? Is he gonna unhook the rope? Now the bottom. Oh, that bottom turnbuckle is going to be a key part of the match. You know that already. Oh, right in that post. All right, now this is done. You've been great, Billington, but not going to get this win. Oh my God! I thought there was. I thought it was gonna be his own. There we go. Now you're done. What a performance by Priest and Billington, though. I know TK doesn't give that graphic until you win a match, but Priest needs that graphic sooner than later. Okay. Come on, let's hear the music. Really struggling to find an argument as to why FTR isn't the best tag team. Hey, wasn't there a mention of Top Flight here? DLW, I believe it was you that called Top Flight. Jet speed and oh my goodness. We folks, we got a tag. Bang bang gang of the folks. Come in close. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come in real good screen. We are going to have a lot of fun on Wednesday. A lot of fun. Fun. Lots of fun. Without a doubt. This is going to be a lot of fun. That's my promo for Wednesday, folks. Luchasaurus kills Kip before the show. Luke Perry said, hey, you know what? Wouldn't be the worst feeling in the world. Maybe it says something about, Jack Perry not being allowed in the States for some reason. I don't know. Because his last big incident was in... his last the big incident was at Wembley. Now we're going to have it in London. And folks, it's London, Ontario, Canada. It's not... I was being facetious, Zodiac. Just the fact that all his biggest moments happen outside of Canada. I don't know. Maybe after all the shit he's done, maybe, you know, because of that real class, maybe he's not allowed in America. You know, nobody in the States breaks real glass. It's all fake glass, right? 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 Yeah, I don't.
Sir, no, sir!
No, I don't want him. I don't want him. But folks, Zodiac had a good point here. I want to bring up, and maybe we can discuss it a little bit. Is there another team that you could describe as the best ever besides FTR? And I think there are a lot for a lot of people. Don't no. No takesy backsies. He's yours. You keep him. We probably wanted to keep him in England, but for some reason we're a colony again for 10, 20 minutes. I don't know. No, you got to deal with your own problem. I know you got a lot of problems, but you got to deal with this one too. But my only comparison, and like, there's not a real answer that's wrong here. But since I am a very old school fan, the only comment I have about greatest tag team ever, and it all depends on your qualifications on what the best tag team ever is. But when you have a tag team that literally has a pop named after them because they were getting it so consistently, I almost feel like that might be the apropos situation for best tag team. If you haven't heard of a Road Warrior pop, actually look it up. The biggest pops, like when Stone Cold Steve Austin got his pop in All the Time on Raw and whatnot, it was called a Road Warrior pop. Because anytime you heard that sound coming out of Hawk, the place would absolutely freaking explode. And that's for more than 2 generations. But yeah, just the if you like, I know it's one of those the boys in the back comments, but if you actually do talk to the boys in the back, a Road Warrior pop is one of your ultimate goals as a wrestler. So what do you guys think of Okada's new music? I think it's not bad. Like, it is modernized. I liked a little bit of a subtle change. I like the fact that he chose it. Prefers old music. I get it. I'll be on. Hey, here's a good question for you, chat. And it's something Don Callis brought up. I know. I'm sorry. What do you guys consider who is the best big match wrestler ever? When all the stakes are on the line, who do you want out there to give you the performance of a lifetime? And Callis just called Okada that person. Shawn Michaels? Fair. I'll let you guys throw in a few comments here on some people. And Mr. WrestleMania absolutely could be that. And we're talking about Prime, right? Jay Quick's going with Cena. That's absolutely fair as well. Like myself personally, I'm going Ospreay. Remember, it isn't about winning the titles. It's about putting on the best matches. And I don't think we've ever seen Cena, Ospreay, Danielson, Okada, Omega are up there too. Fair enough. We just talked about Road Warrior Pop, and you said Mr. WrestleMania. Absolutely. The only problem is I find with Michaels, and the reason I won't put him on there, number one, in his prime, his ability to lose his smile just didn't work for me sometimes. Like if you're going to be the best big match wrestler, you got to be able to put on big man matches. And if it wasn't WrestleMania, yeah, I guess I'm sort of double backing on myself. WrestleMania is teamed to be the best match. It's supposed to be the best match of the year, and he actually performs on it. I'm so loving Oku right now. Fosbury flop, perfect. Jericho actually could be on that list as well. Yeah, like somebody that could keep things somewhat positive. Every time you need a match, it was Cena usually delivered. That's fair. He's on the list. I forgot I took that out of here, so he literally collapsed onto the barricade. He literally bent his back on the barricade. I don't care how you're going to fall. How you predict a fall like that? God damn. And once again, like asking a question about who your best big match wrestler is, we're comparing different times as well, so there is no one definitive answer. Like having Jericho on there could be possible because, when AEW needed a top star to go. Oh no, Zodiac, don't. This is a. How do I put it properly? When it comes to matches and his career in the ring, we are pro Benoit here. Sorry, folks, and anybody that might be offended by that, but I still feel that Chris Benoit, well, my favorite wrestler ever, I'll admit, was Benoit. So when people ask me who my favorite wrestler is, I don't usually give an answer because my answer will usually set people off. And yeah, I think if you want to talk about biggest big match wrestlers, and once again, this will bring up the story of booking and who books and who if you're booked horribly, you can't really help yourself. Eddie Guerrero, absolutely. I think Eddie Guerrero might be the most complete answer of the bunch. Because it would be interesting, and I don't know if you guys would be interested in it, if we ended up doing a bracket of who is the best big match wrestler in the world, and we could debate and talk about it and see who we think it would be in that case. That is a hell of an idea. I'm going to write that one down. Thank you, chat. We've gone through a discussion like this, and we've actually come up with an idea for another video, which, once again, I hate the fact that I'm such a perfectionist, because I am working on a new video. Can't list as many AEW people because they don't have the history. Yeah, it's fair. Eddie's a great answer. It's difficult, though, because unfortunately I don't think he had enough big match. And that's what we're talking about, DLW. It's, you could be the best big match wrestler in the world, but unfortunately, if a booker doesn't have faith in you for whatever reason, and it's been well known that WCW's use of smaller wrestlers, Rock always delivered. That's fair. It's all about the generations. Like, if you look at it, you can put Ric Flair in there, too. Because he was always a 60-minute man. In and out of the ring. Of course, the out-of-the-ring stuff I cannot prove because I don't want to know. And here's an interesting name for you that I wonder if you want to put in there. There's actually a pair of names I want to put in there. 3 names. Flair and Hogan defined wrestling for 2 decades? Absolutely. Here's 2 numbers for you. Here's 2 names, sorry, not numbers. 3 names I'm going to throw at you. You have Mercedes Moné / Sasha Banks, Charlotte Flair, and Bayley. I don't know if you want to go all 4 horsewomen. Do you throw Becky in that list too? But I think in many ways, anytime those ladies have been in the ring, you just had amazing, amazing matches. And it seems like almost all of them delivered. Hell, think of the fact that, can get Nia Jax a great match. Green Nia Jax to a good match. That's why I put Bayley in there for sure. And once again, this isn't about women. Women's matches are still building, you think. They just got big matches just over. That's fair. Because we just celebrated the 10-year anniversary of NXT Brooklyn. Moné is way up there. Yeah. Jesus, Okada. This crowd's into it. They want to see Oku here. And lands on his head. Oh, blocked. You blocked a small package? Jumping pile driver, damn. And the Rainmaker. Becky was bare in the ring. She might be... Yeah. Still got time. Like, she's not away from it, but... I just think she makes up in charisma what she lacks in certain technical ability. All right, now we got Takeshita facing off with Okada. We're getting these 2 next Saturday, folks. Just think about it. We're getting these 2 next Saturday. Yeah, this was a great match. Oku put on a hell of a performance. Oku's got everything. Like, if they're able to keep them, and that's what I always classify with, because we all don't know about contract situations and people's preferences and how you got to book properly. Hell, when we do my GM, people will just walk away at different times no matter what, right? Whenever they choose at some points. But if AEW is able to sign all these people that they want, or they've all these young people that they have signed, like Oku and Priest, Billington, the women's division that we've seen, Garcia. You got Wheeler Yuta. Like, AEW's future is there. And people have talked about WCW's biggest failure to continue being a promotion was the fact that they weren't able to create young stars, create new stars. Right now, they are completely doing a job on creating new stars right now. And not every star has to be top level no matter what. You can also have second and third level. Like, you need your mid cards, you need your openers and whatnot. So, but as we get to our last commercial break here before the main event, as per tradition, we are going to run down a very unique schedule coming up this week here on the channel. So remember, right after we're done here, we're going to get back into my GM. It's the solo run here. We're on week 11. We just had a very successful SummerSlam. We got a trade window, and we got a 1 week to book here. Tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern is scheduled kickoff time for Mutant Football League. I keep calling it Monster Football League for some reason. Mutant Football League. The Snuffalo Thrills are currently 1-1, going into their week 3 game against their Scarizona. Or sorry, the Cardinal Sin. That's what they're called. The Cardinal Sin. We're going to get at least 2 or 3 weeks in. If you guys haven't seen Mutant Football League, think Madden, but think of it with every coked up idea about what you could do for a field, for gimmicks for the players. And yeah, at Snuffalo's Field, they literally have snipers on the sidelines to shoot anybody with the ball on the other side of the field. So that should be an example of it. So make sure you're here tomorrow night. Monday and Tuesday are both TBA. More than likely, I will be on Tuesday. Wednesday, we will be here with the September to Remember Sidecast, as well as a debut of the new DLC in Retromania Wrestling, which is available for all platforms. It is a spiritual successor to WrestleFest. Thursday, we are going to be here with Horizon Zero Dawn, or Horizon Forbidden West. We had just finished grabbing our clone, our twin, as well as now we're on our way to clean up a few side missions and then move on to getting our third different supply going on. Third different element for our Gaia. You got to watch to understand it. So Friday, special programming note. Friday night, more than likely after the Blue Jays game, but if worst comes to worst, it's going to be 10 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Mountain, so it's in the regular spot. We are going to be running my GM mode weeks 12 and 13 coming this Friday, because on Saturday, we're going to be here at 2 Eastern, noon Mountain for AEW All Out, which is going to be a lot of fun and a lot of hecticness. And once again, everybody, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit the like, make sure you hit the subscribe. If you're watching on Twitch, make sure that you are hitting the follow button if you haven't already. Tell all your friends. Consider subscribing over on Twitch if you want to help support the channel. Subs are cheap for the remainder of the month. We're going to have there are gift sub specials up already. We're going to make sure that they're up on Saturday. And more importantly, more than anything else, thank you for being here. Always appreciate you. Without you guys hanging out with me here on a night like this, it just wouldn't make watching wrestling the same. And I actually got through it relatively through the commercial. Yay me! Now, this makes me wonder, do we lose Roddy to the dark side tonight? Because it's interesting, we haven't seen like anytime we see the Paragon, the latest drama we had is Roddy wanted a shot at Kyle Fletcher. And Kyle O'Reilly decided to bring in Big Tom as his partner instead. Simple with Garcia, he just looks like Red Death. And that's what we want back again, honestly. We want that killer. More than likely, it's the influence of John Moxley at this point. Yeah, I would. Yeah, like. There it is, official graphic. Eddie Kingston, Big Bill. Oh, I would have left it as a question mark, but that's okay. I would have left it as a selling point. Will he or won't he show up? Tune into the pay-per-view to find out. Tekla and Amina. Oh, God. Are they going to fight all 3 hours? Well, I want to see Lashley lose that. Because, Lashley hasn't lost yet. Do you think that these two teams even give a crap if there's fines? Was somebody in the chat mentioning that they were overdue for a video on Tony Storm? I think we might be getting one. And I personally feel it might be the curtain call. Or at least wait till Wednesday to confirm it. Maybe. Hey, Bippin, good to see you here tonight. Thank you for being here. Always appreciate new people popping in here. Oh, nice combination. Now straight in that armbar. Like, Paragon just proves that we just have that much bigger. Like, if you look through everything. Also, TK wants those heavy fines to cover the $1 million he gave out last week. It's all about that money. That's fair. That's how you get the money back, right? Ooh, nice chop block there. See, now this is what you do, sir. And Garcia's doing what worse? And he was doing it so poorly that came into Marina helping up Daniel. Interesting. Hey, PJC. AEW's been fun tonight. We got 2 new matches announced tonight. We officially got Big Bill and Eddie Kingston announced for the pay-per-view. We also got a trios TLC match, or a trios ladder match, for the, a 4-way tag team ladder match for the titles. Bandito plus 3 matches that are coming up on Wednesday to determine the other 4 competitors. So we are getting at least 3 tag team matches on Wednesday. Which, by the way, this Wednesday's coming up at... Oh, my. Wait. McGee, they're actually bringing up Trey Savage? Bringing up Trey Savage when you already have 6 starters, that... Oh, they literally just announced it? Damn. All right, well, I wonder who went on the list. Because they have to bring somebody down, I would think. This would actually be a perfect way to turn Roddy and have him join Marina. Do they do that, though? I know AEW is not as keen as putting couples together, but it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. And having Roddy join the Death Riders actually would be somewhat apropos in a way. But yeah, if the Blue Jays are doing that, maybe they're going to put him in the bullpen because that bullpen's a little spent. Just quickly trying to scan and see if I can see myself here. I don't want it, but I noticed. Just noticed they're opposite sides of this match. Yeah, that's fair. It's not on X, so McGee, just a heads up here. Normally they put this stuff on X already. My God, my emails are piling up in a hurry. Oh, it's on Sportsnet. Oh. Okay, fair enough. Trying to work on Danny's leg. That was not a good thing to do there. Garcia's like, I need help. And Moxley just reaches in, whack, right across the eyes. But no, do I think... Like it almost feels like we're going to be getting a Death Riders 2.0. Because you wonder with Wheeler if he's actually trying to recruit Statlander to be a part of the full Death Riders, or is he trying to recruit him for his own group? Because he sees the writing on the wall with Garcia coming in, who for years on the Indies was his arch rival. Maybe they'll bring Andrade into the Death Riders. do a conditional rim shot on that. Honestly, McGee, it wouldn't surprise me if he comes back. Somebody that talented, even if they bring him in to bring him into CMLL and then use him like a dual use contract and have him work more CMLL matches. Because the landscape has changed since he was here. Like this usage of CMLL has really increased. My God. He put a little bit extra stank on that power bomb. Like normally you let them fall on their own, but like when you bring them up and flip them over, you just let them fall on their own. Does Roosh work for CML? I don't know. I know there was a little bit of a problem with a couple wrestlers. Like originally it was Beast Mortos that was having the big problem because of his experience with AAA. Well, that's one way to break it up. Moxley gets turned inside out. There's a sick kick. And everybody's dead. It wouldn't surprise me if Roosh ended up working a few CML shows. They don't get advertised up here, so. Oh, somebody's bleeding. Probably Moxley. Let's go with the odds. Yeah, it's Moxley. Got his teeth busted in. Oh my God, Moxley almost got pinned. Moxley just crumbled in a heap there. That wasn't just a slight go down. That was a complete collapse there at that point. Kyle, what are you doing, man? Kyle just blowing out his knee here completely, or what? Or is that the way we're going to finish it off here for him? She's so conflicted right now. It almost feels, it looks like she's conflicted in a way. Oh, God. There's a stomp. That's how we're going to finish it. Kyle's like out. Oh, it looks like we might get We could get Garcia and Menard on Tuesday or on Wednesday. Strong and Moxley on. Oh, God. Here we go. Here goes Roderick. All right. Well, that's going to be an interesting. Holy hard finish there. Jesus. They literally just said, nope, we ain't taking an extra second off this tape show. Jesus. Yeah, that's the one advantage of it being taped. Like, we're used to an overrun here as we're trying to get ready for the second half of the show. But tonight, no such business as that. But it's going to be interesting. We got 3 amazing tag matches set up for next Wednesday. We also have Tekla and Queen Aminata, which they might space out over the 3 hours. They fought technically for 2 hours last time they saw each other at Forbidden Door. We're also going to get Moxley and Strong. We get 3 tags. We're going to get FTR and CNC talking, which that crowd's going to go absolutely nuts for. And we also got Mascara Dorada versus Beast Mortos. Winner gets to face Takeshita and Okada at All Out for the unified title. So, all in all, I'm really looking forward to Wednesday. Tonight was a really strong show. I'm actually happy that they did this for a go away show from a venue that they've run for 3 weeks now. This was the last show in tape sequence that they did at the 2300 Arena. Do I think it was an overall success? Depends what your standards are. Was it good for TV? Yeah. Crowd-wise, sold out for 900 people that they could get in there. If TK can handle having these shows like this all the time, maybe residencies work out. It generates a fan base. The crowd didn't die. Like, that's one thing we noticed a little bit in the Chicago residency as we get closer to week 3. The crowd started to peter out a little bit. Because it isn't like, you can have a fresh crowd, but it doesn't mean necessarily you're going to get a fresh crowd for these shows. So, but all in all, tonight, decent card, decent show. Takeshita winning, Okada winning. Oku put on a hell of a performance, just as Bowens did in losing efforts. Tommy Billington and Adam Priest came within a hair of winning. Unfortunately, there's a pay-per-view coming. But it looks like they might be a full-time tag now. The women's 10-woman match now they're doing an 8-woman tornado during the pre-show. They really need to. TK is got to learn the rule of diminishing returns, especially when it comes to these women's multi-man matches. And it just, yeah. Not that they're not entertaining, it's just they're starting to. Fighting for the sake of fighting is not really helping out at this point. That's the best way to put it. And then, of course, you got the closing angle here with Paragon and the Death Riders, and Menard and Garcia are probably going to end up having a match sooner than later, I'm assuming at this point. So, but with that being said, all in all, I think it was a good show, and I do recommend, if you are catching part of it or coming in late to check it out, I do recommend you check out the whole show. It is worth it. But that's going to wrap it up for this half of the show here. Thank you, everybody who's sticking around. For those on YouTube, we are going to send you off for tonight. For those on Twitch, hang on. We are going to get into WWE 2K25 as soon as possible here. I've literally just hit the button to start the machine up. For those on YouTube, twitch.tv/MikeTheRef, we are going to be getting into WWE 2K25 My GM, the solo round, which means I book the matches. Then we could sit here and talk about wrestling while we are simming out the matches here. So We got a few rivalries coming up. We're probably going to end up doing Mike the Ref versus AJ Styles to finish off that rivalry, since some jackass put a power card on us and didn't allow us to do it at the PLEs. So, but we'll have to see what happens after the trade deadline and what interesting things come up. But for that, you're going to have to come see after the break here. So, once again, everybody, thank you for stopping by over on the YouTube channel. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe. Comment your favorite match for tonight or what you're looking forward to on Wednesday. But with that being said, thank you for being here. And always remember to be part of the solution. And we'll see you all here next time on the Backbreaker Video YouTube channel. Take care, everybody. And just trying to get through the delay here. There we go.